Kris Jenner tears up over the little tumor on her ovaries. Matriarch's family react as she reveals details of health scare. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip Mill. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming celebrity gists. Kris Jenner revealed some potentially scary medical news on this week's episode of The Kardashians, telling her family she needed to have both ovaries removed. The 68-year-old Kardashian Jenner matriarch was winding down a ski trip to Aspen with most of her family, though Kylie Jenner, Kourtney Kardashian, still recovering from giving birth to Rocky, and Rob Kardashian were not there. They were playing their peak and pit game where they each revealed the high and low points of the trip to each other. Kris says, "My peak was just being here with all of you guys, and the pit is that the rest of the family is not here," before she gets serious. "I wanted to tell you guys something because I hadn't told you yet, but, I went to the doctor and I had my scan. They found, and this just makes me really emotional, but they found a cyst and like a little tumor on my ovary," Kris revealed through tears. She added, "And so I went to the doctor and Dr. A said I've got to have my ovaries taken out. And I'm just really emotional about it because they came in handy with you guys." Kris adds in confession, "I'm emotional about it because that's where all my kids were conceived and that's where they were grown, in my tummy, and so that's a very sacred place to me." Khloe says that Kourtney is calling and asks Kris if she wants to tell her now too, as she connects the video call. As Kris says, she's still using hers. "Mom was just telling us something about her health," as Kourtney says, "My health?" Khloe corrects and says, "Her health. Do you want to hear it?" "Oh, yeah, I'm here with my 4 kids, is that okay?" Kourtney asks as Kris says, "Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit of surgery because I have a tumor on my ovaries, so they're gonna remove them." "Remove your ovaries?" Kourtney asks, and Kris affirms, adding, "But it's just, the emotional part for me is just having that gone. To have a surgery and remove your ovaries is like a really big deal. I feel really sad for her, I couldn't even imagine being in that situation and how like you would feel really scared to be going through that," Kim says in confession. Kris adds at the table, "If I can get through the hip replacement, I can get through this. I'm not nervous to be put to sleep. I'm not nervous with Dr. A. She's the best doctor in the world, but then you go to do it and it's so real." Kourtney says over the phone, "I would feel the same way," adding in confession, I totally understand how my mom is feeling because I would feel the same way. It's like your womanly power, and it doesn't mean that it's like taking away, who she is or what she's experienced, but I would feel this like sentimental feeling of what it's created." Kris says through tears, "It's also a thing about getting older, and it's like a sign of like we're done with part of your life. It's a whole chapter that's just closed," as Khloe says, "Oh my God." Kendall adds in confession, "I get her emotion behind it. I get that it's like sad because they have brought, all her kids into the world, which is totally fair, but at the same time, what are we gonna use those for anymore? If they're potentially hurting you, let's get him out of there." Kris adds through tears, "It's so sad," as Kim gives her a hug and says, "You're gonna be okay," as Kris says, "It's the dumbest thing, but I love you guys and I just wanted you to know." Kim says, "Should we have a farewell ovaries party? And we should eat everything in the shape oft," as she starts laughing.